Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Dylan, and I'm back again with my Mandalorian Episode 7 review. We got Chapter 7, The Reckoning, directed by Deborah Chow. Now, this is probably my fucking favorite episode out the bunch. I've really enjoyed this whole series as a whole, but man, for this last episode had me on the edge of my seat, dude. I know Deborah Chow directed this one. I believe she directed the third one as well, either the second or the third one. And it doesn't also have me, this last episode doesn't just have me pumped as fuck now for episode 8 in the season finale, but it also has me super excited for Obi-Wan, the TV series, or the Disney Plus series coming probably in a year or two. It's still a bit away, but Deborah Chow, I heard, is the one directing all 6 episodes. So wow, dude, she really did her thing, man, and I can't wait to see what she's gonna do. Dude, we start off with this shit, and Mando gets a little transmission from Grief Tarkin, and he's like, I'm still alive, just so you know. If you're still alive, I got a proposition for you, and basically makes him an offer that I'm pretty surprised he took. But if I had the skills that the Mandalorian did, I might just face him head on too and get this shit all over with, so he don't have to be on the run the rest of his life. Because Grief Tarkin tells him that they will never stop hunting you as long as you have what they want. They'll never stop. Like, you might be doing pretty good right now, fending off some of their hunters, but they've just been sending, like, he's only been catching up with like one or two here and there. Like, imagine if he comes with like 10 of them coming at his head. So he basically, it looks like he's gonna go back to Navarro, because Grief Tarkin, one of the things is that the ex-Imperial guys, they've basically taken over the town, and that's put Grief Tarkin in a tricky position after for the guild. And because I don't know if he runs the guild, but he runs the guild in Navarro, at least. I'm not really too clear on that, but we get I was really glad to see some of the characters we've seen in past episodes come back. It looks like he starts to recruit. He goes back to whatever planet Cara Dune was on, and she's like caged. She's like doing some like fighting for money, and I liked how she was, I don't know, like whatever that belt was that was kind of keeping them like a couple feet apart. And the dude she was fighting, kind of, he had horns, kind of like a Darth Maul character. That was pretty cool. But Cara Dune whooped that boy's ass. This she makes him an offer. She's not really feeling it. She kind of knows, like, why are you doing this? Like, it's probably looking like a setup, and she just wants to stay off the radar. Like, she's got enough problems as her own. She's got enough problems herself as is. But he reminds her that we're gonna go take out some like ex-Imperial forces or ex-Imperial bosses, and she fucking hates Imperial forces. So she's like, I'm in. You know what I mean? And then we go to whatever planet Quiel is on, which we finally find out his name is Quiel. The guy, shoot, man, what was his name? What was it? Shoot, that's gonna mess with me. The voice of him. I really like this character too. Hold on. Nick Nolte. Yeah, Nick Nolte, man. And he goes back there, and it looks like he's repaired IG-11 completely. He had to reset it. He had to completely teach IG-11 from, like, kind of like raising a baby in a way. Like, he had to teach him all the functions all over again, because Mando's kind of on edge, period, when droids are around. But he was really on edge when he brought the child back and he saw IG-11, because he's like, this thing was like made to kill this baby. So he's really on like the edge, not really trusting shit, but he does trust Quiel. And dude, so they go back to Navarro, as soon as they go, what was his name? Quiel, he ends up wanting to bring his doughbacks with him. I think that's what they are. Shit. There's something like that. You know, those creatures that they were riding. I don't actually know if they were doughbacks. But he's like, I have spoken. And he's like, I'm bringing my animals with me. Dang, what are those called? They weren't, yeah, I'll just say the doughbacks or whatever the hell they are. Dewbacks. But I know it. I swear it's not that. Whatever those animals, though, that Mandalorian had to learn how to ride when he first went to Quiel's planet. So they go, and man, we see, you know, Cara Dune, she had whooped on that dude before, you know, she's a badass chick, but her and Mando are doing a little bit of arm wrestling, and it looks like, you know, it's kind of even, but Mando, I think, Mando would probably pull it out in the end, honestly. It's close, though. It's real close. And Baby Yoda, or the child, or, you know, he's peeping this, and he doesn't, I guess maybe he don't really understand still, but this episode, man, it just seems like he understands a lot more than we're giving him credit, because when he actually sneaks a peek and listens to Cara Dune and Mando talking about their plan on going back to Navarro and using the child as bait. So once he hears that, he kind of peeks down, and they don't see him, but then he starts messing with the ship. So I don't even think they knew that he heard what they said, and then he starts kind of messing with the ship. I think he was he's like, this is a bad idea. Like, for some reason, and I said this after episode 6, when Mando was like, yeah, you're right, that was a bad idea, or whatever. Like, there's just something about the child that, like, he's not given, he knows more than we think. So when they're doing that arm wrestling, though, Baby Yoda starts force choking fucking Cara, dude, and she's like literally like in the middle, and Mando's like, no, like grabs the baby quickly and was like, she's my friend, like she's okay. And she's like, holy shit, like what the fuck was that? That's not okay. And Quiel starts talking like, I've heard of such things. I've heard rumors of such things. And it's like, yeah, man, you probably did hear about some things when Darth Vader was choking out Imperial cadets, like literally at least one or two per day. But man, it's just really, I'm really confused on how nobody knows it seems like nobody knows about the Force. Like nobody, like, I don't know, man. Like, I guess maybe it's been that long, and just these people, they've grown up in a world where Jedis have been, like, extinct at this point. I don't know. Maybe I'm hoping we'll find more about that in the next episode. I know this shit got launched for season 2, so I'm super pumped. They land on Navarro, though, and man, you just know Greef Tarkin is up to something, man. You just know it, man. This shit is on edge the whole time. And I just can't believe Mando really brought the baby. Like, he should have left him with Quiel on his planet. He should have just done it, man. And Cara Dune had the right fucking attitude. She was right. Like, they start camping out because Greef Tarkin's like, I see you brought a few people of your own. Or like a security detail. And he's like, yeah, I see you brought a security detail yourself, Tarkin. And they end up having to like camp out, and dude, we get a little bit of like some pterodactyl Jurassic Park meets Star Wars, man. And when that fucking pterodactyl came in, I was like, whoa, dude, I jumped, man. And dude, I watch a lot of horror, so it's hard to make me jump, but that shit got me, dude. I was like, what the fuck? And Greef Tarkin, I mean, the pterodactyls, they end up taking one of the dewbacks, and Quiel's like, no, put her down, like, man, he loves his dewbacks, whatever those things are called. If you want to let me know in the comments what they are exactly, I should fucking know as many times as I've been watching these episodes, but I cannot remember that monster that Quiel was riding. So it ends up taking out one of his dewbacks. It takes out one of Greef Tarkin's guild members, and then it also ends up scratching or like ripping up Greef Tarkin's arm. And I guess when they get cut up by the claws or something, they get hit with some poison. So it looks like Greef Tarkin's about to die, dude. But quickly, Cara Dune jumps on it, but what she's trying to do to help isn't gonna work. He's gonna die. And he's like, so this is what it's like, you know? And she's like, man, don't be such a baby. And Baby Yoda starts walking over, like, just like if you remember in episode, I think it was episode 2, when Mando, he's like taking that zapper to his cut, and he's trying to like heal himself, and you knew the baby, he's like, what, he's trying to do something, man, he's trying to do something, waving his hand and shit, but Mando just kept taking him and putting him back in the crib. And thank God for Quio, man, thank God, because he's got the most sense out of all these motherfuckers, man, I swear. Him and Cara Dune are like the smartest. But Quio's like, no, wait, hold on. And he starts like doing his hand thing, and he touches him, and this motherfucker force heals him, dude. This motherfucker just force healed him. And I know that's a new thing in like the movies and shit. I can't remember if they ever did that in the Clone Wars or Rebels. I don't believe so, because I've actually watched those. I'm still trying to catch up. I still got to finish one season of Rebels. But I know that I have heard that that's canon in the books, in like the EU books or whatever they're called. I don't really read the books. I actually just listen to some audiobooks here and there. But yeah, so I hear that is a real thing, but it's a big fucking deal that he just force healed him. It's a big deal, and I'm sure it's a big reason why the Empire, or the whatever they're called now, the Republic, that's why they want him so bad. Dude, so Grief Tarkin, you thought you knew he was up to something, and then after the baby heals him, I was like, this motherfucker was gonna play us, but now he's gonna have a change of heart. Now he's gonna have a change of heart. Pray to God he has a change of heart. And as they get like a couple miles from the town, he's like, all right, we're here. And quickly turns around and blasts his 2 leftover guild members. And dude, this motherfucker pulled a quickie, man, because the guild members were behind Mando and Cara Dune. So honestly, they could have taken Mando and Cara Dune out like that, man, like for real. Like, I don't know if they would have saw that coming. I mean, you wouldn't have really got Mando because he's got the armor, and it probably would have just bounced off him, but still, man, like, he had a quick ass draw on him, man. And he shoots his guild members, and he's like, the plan was to take you in and kill you and give him the child, but after what happened last night, I couldn't do it. I just couldn't. So Grief Tarkin has a change of heart, and they decide that, you know what, I'm gonna make it look like I arrested you, and I'm gonna bring you in, and we're gonna bring the child in as bait still. And Cara Dune's like, hell no, I'm coming with, and you're gonna make it look like I arrested Mando, and there's no way we're bringing the child. But Cara Dune honestly is like, fuck this, let's kill him and let's bounce. Like, this mother, like, Grief Tarkin even says, he's like, you guys can kill me if you want, like, you know, there's no rules against it in the guild code. But Mando, you know, he's a man of honor, and he knows that they're never going to stop chasing him. He just knows it, and man, like, they end up going against what Cara Dune says, and I think they should have. Like, either they should have left the baby with Quill on his planet, or they should have just bounced, man. But we wouldn't have this amazing fucking episode if they did that. You know, I mean, it's a show, and that's just what happens. But, so, the thing Grief Tarkin kept saying is that there's 4 troopers with the old Republic guy that hired him in the beginning. I forget what, the buyer. I think the buyer is what they call him. But the client, my bad. But so they bring him in, and the scout troopers are like headed the gate, and they got their speeder bikes. I'm like, hell yeah, dude, they looking pretty dope. And he's like, I'll give you 20 credits for the helmet, for Mandalorian's helmet. He's like, not a fucking chance, man. He's like, that's going on my wall. And Mando looks at him like, your wall? And he's like, just go with it, dude. I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, man, if he would have betrayed Mando, you know that motherfucker was definitely gonna put that bitch on his wall, if he could have got the jump on him for real. But so they take him to the client, but Baby Yoda has gone back with Quill back to the ship, because Mando says, this is the only way. The ship, you need to go back to the ship with the baby, and you need to lock it up for, he has some security alert thing that nobody can get on this ship. Nobody. Once he's on it. So once they get in, they go in, and there is just 4 of them, but the whole town is filled with stormtroopers at this point. So, you know, Cara Dune is on edge, and she's like, toss him his fucking blaster already, like, this isn't what you were saying. And he's like, well, after what happened when he raided that house, their safe house, they got pretty on edge, and they've been running the town ever since. But there are just 4 members with the client. They go in, and there are just 4, but quickly a couple more start stumbling in, and they want to see he wants to see the baby and stuff, and he's like, well, Grief Tarkin's like, well, the baby's sleeping, you know? And he's like, hold on a moment. Right before he's about to open up the canister, he needs to take a phone call. And he's like, don't think me to be rude, but I must take this call. And who is it? The guy from Breaking Bad. Oh, it kills me every time I can't think of his name. The guy who ran that chicken joint but was, you know, really running hella crystal meth. It's Moff Gideon. So it's like, we got another Moff, like Moff Tarkin or whatever. I'm not too familiar on like what Moff means, but I know it's like a high rank in the Empire or whatever the hell they're calling it, man. Like, I get so confused with some of that shit, man. But dude, he's like, so you got the baby? And he's like, it's sleeping right now. And he's like, you sure about that, man? He's like, I double checked that real quick. And then boom, 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 boom. Dude, they kill him. And then you see out in the open, Mando's already slipped off the cuffs, and he's ready to take him out when he walks back. He's like, you got one shot, Mando. And dude, we see some fucking death troopers, man. Some all-black death troopers. I heard somebody say they were purge troopers, but I'm pretty sure they're death troopers, man. Like, I'm pretty damn sure. Like, the only time I've heard of books by them, but I know in like the books, death troopers are kind of like zombies or something in a way, something weird like that. But the crazy shit is they just killed the client. Like, so I think Moff Gideon really didn't give a shit. Like, he pulls up in his fighter pilot, and man, that fighter pilot was dope. But as Mando starts trying to radio into the comlink that Quiel gave him, somehow the scout troopers that were at the front that let him in, somehow they pick up the connection and hear Mando saying, are you back at the ship? Are you back at the ship? We're cornered. They're onto us. They're onto us. You need to get back now. Somehow the scout troopers hear it all, and they start quickly jumping on their speeders and going, man. And it was so cool to see them on those speed bikes, man. It brought me right back to like an updated version of Return of the Jedi. It was so fucking cool. But I'm still like, no. Please don't get him. Please don't get him. Quiel, you gotta get back. Quiel, get to the ship, bro. Get your ass to the fucking ship. And Moff Gideon, I'm sorry, he comes out of his fighter pilot, and he starts talking like, you have something of mine, but it will be mine shortly, in the next few moments, and you don't know how much this means to me. You'll never know. You will never know what this means to me. This, you know, the baby Yoda, what it means to him. So, man, this is something that, like, people know. Obviously, we all know that they really want Baby Yoda. But the thing is, it seems like this dude really wants him, man. And there is a reason. He knows. He's the one who I think is going to end up giving the info up. Maybe, but he's going to think he's about to kill Mando or something, and then he'll start, you know, giving him the information before he kills him, maybe. We'll find out in episode 8. They better give us a damn hour-long finale, man. I want that hour-long episode. Come on, man. Dude, like, Jon Favreau, please be right. Make sure you are right in season 2. Like, I need you to be writing more Star Wars stuff. I mean, really, just keep writing Mandalorian, because I don't want you to get too overworked and then it get a little sloppy. But that's hard to do for Jon Favreau, because the man is a damn genius, man. He's a mad scientist when it comes to this shit, man. He put Marvel Studios on the forefront, and man, he's about to bring Star Wars back. Like, I don't give a fuck what no one says. Like, they didn't like the single, the one-shot episodes. This show is so good. This show is what brought me back to feeling like when I used to watch the original trilogy as a kid, the original Skywalker trilogy. So Mando's radioing into Quill, and he's like, we're pinned down, are you back? As the scout troopers are chasing him down, they're getting close, and he's riding the dewback, and he's close. You see the ship. And then we cut to you keep hearing Mando's voice, Quill, did you get there? And then all you see is the baby on the ground. He gets fucking scooped up, and then they pan over a bit, and you see Quill laying on the fucking ground, dead. It killed me, bro. It killed me. Like, I liked him. Like, if you watch any of my older reviews for the earlier episodes, I said how much I really liked this character, Quill. I didn't know his name at the time, but dude, I really loved what Nick Nolte brought to the personality of this character. I wonder who was the one, like, in the makeup. I mean, but dude, I really loved him as a character. I was hoping that they were gonna bring him back in future episodes. It killed me to see him go, man. It really did. Really, man. I really grew to like him. And we only got him for 3 episodes. 3 half-hour episodes, and that's how quickly I grew to like him, man. He was really good. But right now, they are pinned down, and they got remember in the earlier episodes, they had them dirty-ass stormtroopers? They got hundreds of stormtroopers, and these motherfuckers are clean as a whistle, dude. And then they got the death troopers, like 5 or 6 of them in the forefront. So they got a little fucking army surrounding them. And that's where it ends, man. What the fuck is gonna happen? What is gonna happen? Let me know if anyone's got any ideas for what they think might happen in the finale episode. I absolutely love this episode. It was so good. Literally, man, a few of these episodes, it really had me on the edge of my seat. Nothing had me on the edge more than this. Like, when that scout trooper scooped the baby up, I'm like, no. I mean, it was probably bound to happen, you know what I mean? But it was like, no. Because it's like, this is going to a season 2, so you don't know if he will even get him back. He might not get him back till season 2 or something, Who knows what the hell is going to happen? Because it's not like we know it's going to end after this episode. Like, yeah, the season 1 is going to end. But it's already been launched for season 2. I cannot wait. I can't stress it enough. Like, this show has brought me back to my childhood, when I used to just binge my VHS collector's box set of the original Skywalker series. Like, God, man. Let me know in the comments down below what you guys thought of this episode. It's definitely, I would say, hands down my favorite episode. I have enjoyed all of the episodes, though, without a doubt. This one just really took the cake. I can't wait for episode 8 to come out so I can just binge all 8 episodes in a row. God, man, it was so good. Like I said, if you guys want to let me know what you guys thought in the comments, I'm always down to talk about this shit, man. Like, I love interacting with you guys. And if you guys wouldn't mind hitting that like button on your way out, hitting that subscribe if you're not already, hit that bell notification so you get all updates on upcoming videos, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace out.